Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the SourceFed podcast. I'm Matt Lieberman. Joining me around the table here, we got Mike Falzone.
Hi.
And Raina Scully.
Hello.
It's a tri-state area podcast.
It is. I'm so excited.
Jersey, and Connecticut.
Those are all three.
All three. Yeah, screw New York. Don't piss
don't.
that.
Please don't
piss
say
them
that.
off. Yeah,
Everyone will beat you up.
Real upset. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Squarespace. Squarespace is the only place you should be going to design a website. For only $8 a month, you can create a beautiful website, portfolio, or online store with incredible templates, a really easy-to-use interface, and 24/7 customer support. You don't have to code. You don't have to know anything about making a website. It's all of a sudden, you're looking at a screen, you drag a few things in place, all of a sudden, boom, you got a website, and it's cheaper than a monthly subscription for Netflix. And here's the thing. If you buy 1 full year of Squarespace, right when you purchase it, you get a free domain name with your purchase, which is incredible. So you should go to squarespace.com/SourceFed and enter the offer code SourceFed for 10% off your offer. Squarespace, you should. Now, Mike, you made a Squarespace site. Is that correct?
I did. Before we get into it, you know what I just noticed?
What did I do?
I will listen intently to anyone who starts a sentence by saying, here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, here's the thing.
Absolutely. That's
You have
how-
my full attention.
I really wanted to have a podcast called Here's the Thing, but Alec Baldwin beat all of us to it.
What?
Is that true?
Yeah,
I'm
he had
sorry,
a
he has a
podcast
podcast.
called Here's the Thing. Well, there was like a point where Alec Baldwin had an MSNBC show by the same name, too, and it quickly tanked.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But you have a Squarespace site, Mike.
I have a Squarespace site,
Yeah.
and you can go there. Me and another person that you've probably heard from if you're watching this on this channel, Elliot Morgan. We're going on a little bit of a stand-up tour throughout the Northeast. We're playing in Connecticut. We're playing a couple shows in New York, including a huge show in Nyack, which is actually in the Palisades Mall, this place called Levity Live. It's like a huge 300-person room, and right now there's 0 people in it. So we want to
Fill that up.
put people in the room.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell jokes afterwards. But yeah, there's a lot of shows coming up, and you can go to my Squarespace site, which I'm very happy about. MikeFalzone.com and go to the tour section. All the tickets are there.
Great.
Wonderful.
Now, Raina, your face lit up when he mentioned the Levity Mall at Nyack.
Well, no.
The
it's
Palisades?
The
Palisades.
Yeah.
Okay, I used to go there all the time. They had laser tag there.
It's so big.
It's so big.
I've never been
And
to
it's
laser tag
sinking.
there.
How you've never been to the Palisades Mall?
I've never
in
been to
West
the
Nyack?
Palisades. No, because like my parents, they didn't really take us out of Jersey unless we were going deliberately into New York City to watch a Broadway show.
Oh, really?
That's so
Specifically only
specific.
that.
Specifically only that. It was like we would go get a meal and have a Broadway show, and that's the only times we ever went into New York City. Like my parents kind of like instilled in us a fear of the city until I was basically already going to college, and it was kind of too late for me to enjoy like exploring the city as a teenager.
Dude, this is why you don't know about any donut shops. Because
I
you have
know,
this inherent fear of exploring the city.
Well, it's like I don't know any donut shops in New York because it's like Dunkin' Donuts is everywhere, and I was
True.
raised on Dunkin' Donuts. There's one in my hometown.
Yeah,
Same.
That's true.
Yeah.
West Nyack is technically in, I think, New York State.
It's got to be in the state.
Yeah,
It
well,
is. Yeah, I think
it's
so.
not like it's not in the city area because like I remember I'd have to go like through like a mountain to get there. But
Yeah.
it's so much fun there. They have a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
And
In
it's like
the
4
mall?
In the food
Yeah,
court
and they
specifically.
have an IMAX, like super IMAX 3D.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Wait.
Did you ever hear that the mall is sinking?
You just said that earlier. What does that mean?
This is what I was always told.
Like
that it's-
sinking, like Venice,
Elevation.
Italy is sinking into the ground.
Yeah. It's built on like a wetland, so like a swamp
Yeah.
type situation, and every year it descends into the earth
It descends
X
to
amount.
hell.
Boston has the same problem.
All
It
of
was-
Boston?
All of Boston was built on like a massive landfill. Like it's built on top of trash.
Interesting.
And it's not a trash city. I love Boston. I went to college in Boston. It's a wonderful city.
Same.
But it is about, I think, 120 years overdue for an earthquake. And the
Wow.
city is
What?
not designed to withstand an earthquake.
Is there even a fault line anywhere
I was
near
gonna say the East
Massachusetts?
Coast doesn't even like
I don't,
handle.
man, I
Yeah.
don't remember
We
all the
have,
specifics of this. They were
way
talking
minor
about this in college. One of my professors was saying that they were overdue for an earthquake. There is like a fault line that kind of runs along the eastern seaboard. And when that earthquake happens, the ground underneath Boston, because it's just
Moist?
like moist
particle
and trash, will literally liquefy and the buildings will sink into the ground.
Oh,
That's
my-
bad.
That's
hell.
real bad.
So if there's any earthquakes listening, maybe take another 200 years.
If there's any earthquakes listening, can you let us know down in the comments below? Like, what is it like being a sentient earthquake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rumble, rumble, rumble. We'll get a lot of comments that just say rumble.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if
Thumbs
you're
down.
watching this on YouTube, know that this is available as an audio podcast you can take on the go wherever you want. It's on iTunes, it's on SoundCloud. And if you haven't visited yet, maybe subscribe, give a rating and review. It means a lot. Helps us out here.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Mike, I
Yes?
know that Raina must have gone to the Liberty Science Center, but have you ever been to the Liberty Science Center?
Not
My
that I can
goodness.
remember. Remind
Okay.
me of what that is.
It is.
The best experience as a child.
It's the best experience as a child in
We
New
had the
Jersey.
Discovery Museum in
What is
Connecticut.
the Discovery Museum?
Very similar.
Probably similar
Very
to what
similar.
you have.
Is it similar to Dorney Park?
Dorney Park. No, that's a roller coaster place. This is where I went to go learn about clouds and dinosaurs and shit like that.
That was the Liberty Science Center
Yeah.
for us, yeah, or like the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia.
Oh, I don't know that one at all.
You
So
never
let
went
me
there?
let me guess what it's probably like, and
Yes.
you guys tell me how
Sure.
far off I am.
Sure.
There's a bunch of glass cases, and in all of these glass cases, there are different kind of simple machines that you can turn on as a child by pushing an arcade button in the center.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of that.
A lot of that.
Never been.
And then
there.
like,
A lot of that.
and then like the original version of like Connect Tennis, like you would stand
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you would
yeah.
like hit a virtual ball
bad
with with your hand and whatever. It was like
Exactly.
early versions of that, and like
Static balls.
yeah, static balls, IMAX Dome.
Touch
How
tunnel?
many-
Do you
Yeah.
remember the touch tunnel?
Yeah, the touch tunnel was
So
incredible.
important. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say how many things mounted on the wall specifically for touching.
The
Lots.
whole obstacle course was about touching the walls and figuring out what it is and
Yeah.
like how to get through and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
And
the best thing to touch?
I don't remember too much. I know that after the tunnel, which is like the main portion, there's almost like it's not like a rock climbing wall or anything. It's like 2 feet high, but you have to like climb on these things to get there. And there are specific ones that tell you that your hands go there, and these ones where your feet go there because like you're tiny and you,
Yeah.
like it matters, you know.
Right.
And you
And
need
other-
to be told that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right, because then you might try to climb it upside down like a dumbass.
Exactly. And the other
Stupid.
pegs, like you can't hold on to them. They don't make any sense. So you have to like feel around for them because it's dark and know
Yeah.
which ones to kind of tack onto. So I liked that.
I
a
lost
lot.
I lost my first Walkman at the Liberty Science
That's
Center.
so sad.
I left it on a display, and by the time I got back, it was gone.
Gone. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
else had that Tony tape in their
No,
ears.
it was a Weird Al Yankovic tape.
Oh my God, which one?
The
was
one
it
with
polka?
the-
Was there a lot of polka?
There was a lot of polka on. I don't remember
Amish
this.
Paradise?
Man,
I
this
love that
it
one.
must have been like 1994, 95.
Yikes! You
Something
were
like
a
that.
So was that
baby.
one?
I was
that
very
Amish
young.
Paradise?
What?
Was that Amish Paradise?
Yeah, it must have been because Amish Paradise was like the first comedy song I ever heard, and they would play it. This wasn't Sleepaway Camp, goddammit. It was just regular day camp.
But it's all.
Does everybody think because you're a Jewish guy you went to sleepaway?
No.
No,
he went
it's
to a
because
lot of sleepaway
like
camp.
a lot of my most formative experiences happened at sleepaway camp.
I understand that.
Right, it's like where little teenagers and kids run away to make out for the first time and get into fights and
Yeah.
try stuff.
Get your first boner, first black eye.
Sure, yeah, and get discovered like looking at your boner for the first time. People ask you, "What are you doing?"
First
and
time
you
you-
don't
What's
have,
happening?
and you don't have a good explanation for that.
Never needed an excuse.
What age range was this? Because my
The boner.
18, 19.
no, like sleepaway camp age.
Oh,
What is
sleepaway
sleepaway
camp was
age?
like 10 to 15.
Oh, okay.
Something like that, and then like it's shifted over to like pre-college programs or what have you.
Wow, you really did go to a lot of sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
Because I only went away because I was a Girl Scout throughout elementary school.
Yeah.
So these like boner things weren't happening yet. Also, we're girls, so you can't tell.
Sure.
But, like, so it wasn't really a thing that I had to experience as like a sleepaway camp thing. So my formative memories aren't with like being away at camp with the girls and riding on horses.
Right.
So I can't like imagine that because for me it's like such a young age that I went to sleepaway camp.
Oh wow.
Oh, so it's just weird for you.
It's just weird. Like nobody saw my bonies.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
That's true.
I think it's Bonnier. I think it's French.
Bonniers.
There was just to mesh the two stories. I used to be in this thing called Indian Guides. I've heard Bree talk about being in Indian Princesses, which
Sure.
in retrospect probably very
Deeply
racist.
cultural
What? I'm
Right?
sorry. What is this?
Basically, it was like
It's like Boy or Girl Scouts,
it's
kind
the same thing, only more racist. That's
Yeah.
it.
Because wait, but I mean, we had tribe names like we were like Lenni Lenape, which I don't think is okay.
Yeah,
you know what I
the,
mean.
The
It was the
Lenni
same.
Lenape
It was the same-ish, okay.
Indians
Yeah.
were slaughtered. They're like the New Jersey Indians, and they were slaughtered.
But
That
then
was us.
we were all
What is it?
fortunate
It's
enough
this?
to go to college and to learn why that was so bad.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
We're fortunate enough to learn the errors of our ways.
Now we know.
Now we know.
But we used to have, they used to take us to the bigger museums to have like an overnight and stuff like that. So imagine doing the touch wall and everything at like 2:00 in the morning when you're like 10
That would
years
be
old.
amazing.
So fun.
It was awesome. And there was
I wanna
this
do that
one
now.
thing.
Yeah.
It's probably still pretty good.
Yeah.
Sleep next to dinosaurs and shit like
Exactly.
that. There was this one area specifically that was kind of like a mock wetlands. And it was essentially just fake grass and a tree, like a dead tree on top of a water bed. And we would always race in there. By our 3rd or 4th year in this program, we would race right up to the 2nd floor and immediately put our stuff down. So we're like, oh, you guys are on the hardwood or the tiles or the old museum carpet, and
Yeah.
we're on this like cushy water bed. And everybody else is like, let's wake up and do activities. Like, man, it's 10 more minutes.
So cool.
This is
That's
the
so
best.
fun.
Here. Did you
I want
guys
to do that so
were
bad.
You, were you obsessed with waterbeds when you were like very little?
Very
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
Yes. It was so much fun. And I wanted to like understand it. And I thought it was more comfortable because you just were more euphoric and you were having more fun.
Yeah.
But it was bad for you. Also, can't you like destroy your apartment?
Yeah.
By drowning.
I've
Yeah.
never
By
been
drowning.
on a waterbed, but like I don't remember the first time I ever heard of one or knew what one was, but I always wanted a waterbed.
It's a little sloshy. I didn't own one. My friend had one.
Sloshy is a gross word.
It's very accurate.
That should be up there with moist as like words that
You
make
don't like
people-
moist?
No, I'm fine with
Moist.
moist, but a lot of people don't like it.
I like when sexy voiced women whisper the word moist. That's the opposite of what that is. That's the worst version of what I was imagining. And I hate when grown men say, what do you call your underwear?
Panties.
Yeah, I hate when grown men say that.
When men say that word.
Panties.
Yeah.
I could do better. Panties.
It's just like, it wasn't like you were a dude, it was just like you're angry.
Just bad. Panties.
Panties. No, it's the worst. My least favorite.
It's panties is kind of gross. Like I say it because it's funny and I think it sounds like a funny word.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to a store and I'm like, go to Victoria's Secret, I'm not gonna be like, where are the pair of panties?
Yeah, what do you
I'm
say,
gonna be like-
underwear?
I think I say underwear.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I'm looking for a nice pair of panties.
It sounds weird. It sounds perverted.
I'm looking for a soft panty.
I'm looking for a low-rise
Yeah.
panty.
Listen, this isn't it's not Christmas, it's not our birthday. This is like a 3-week anniversary that we're having. I'm
Yeah.
not looking to break the bank and get several panties. I'm looking for a panty.
Just
Yeah.
one panty.
One classy looking panty.
A little bit of lace, maybe, for the panty.
I
This
hate it.
Mother's Day, get your mother the panty that she deserves.
Oh,
Get your mom a pantry.
It's like it's also just like it's the combination of the T, but also like the very like short A sound, the pant. It's like a really tight panties.
It's also kind of like a child
That's
word.
that's the one.
like, yeah, it's
my panties.
Yeah.
Wah!
Yeah. It's like if older people said underoos in
Yeah.
a serious way. You get
Yeah.
past me the LL Bean catalog. Need some more underoos.
Lucille, have you seen my panties?
Lucille, please introduce me to someone under the age of 75 named Lucille.
Lucille.
There's gotta be.
Leave it
Maybe
in the
middle
comments.
name. Maybe middle name is Lucille.
I need
Gotta
first
be.
name.
Yeah.
yeah.
I need-
I'm sorry, I'm cheating.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
Maud always complains about her name being rare and being not
I
common.
love her name.
It's a great name.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you know many
And it fits
Rainas
her.
in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Kinda.
I know one other Raina.
They
She spells it-
Japanese.
No, not Japanese.
Well, I know a lot of Japanese reinas, and I know 2 Hispanic reinas.
Oh,
They spell it Reyna.
okay. I
They are-
know an Raina.
Oh yeah, that's more normal than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's kind of weird.
You know what's interesting? I don't know any other Matts. You're the only Matt I've ever
Bullshit.
Ever.
That's impossible.
met. Imagine that.
Yeah, that would be completely insane.
I'm the only Mike that I know.
I feel like
Oh my
every
God.
girl. I feel like
No, but my full name's Michael.
Of course. And
right.
that's so different. I've known so many Michaels growing up. Like
Yeah.
all of my friends are named Michael, and it is problematic. My fiance is Michael.
yeah. Did you ever date another Michael?
No.
Okay.
Never did.
How is that even possible?
No, I just did. I didn't really date. I was
Right.
alone at home watching a lot of anime and
Sure.
masturbating. It's,
Okay,
it's a
cool.
different world.
It's a
Well,
very
in that case,
different
you don't
world.
really need.
I don't really need one.
Yeah.
But that was a joke. But we all everyone's laughing. That's weird. We
It's called
all.
being funny, Raina. Accept it.
It's what
You're
you do
funny.
after jokes.
I'm
Raina.
afraid it wasn't a joke.
It's just her truth.
Yeah. So we called everybody by their last names, like Falzone.
Yeah.
Mike's last name was Flusk. Lucas was a last name. Garcia was one of them, so we called him Gark. Like everyone.
Gark.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we then later. I think we made a joke that the word gark sounds kind of gross, and it kind of sounds like you're sucking your own dick. Like, are you garking? Can you gark?
Gark. It does sound like the sound of someone choking on a dick.
But their
man.
own dick. That's what garking is. That's special. We made that word. That's mine.
Somebody go to Urban Dictionary right now and give
Put it
Raina
in.
full credit.
Full credit. I will
for
look for
garking.
that. So,
Yeah.
garking.
Also, Reddit/r/garking.
And just post all your Garkin videos right in there.
Yeah, I heard some people can do it.
There's some
I heard you
strict
can do
rules
it.
in that subreddit, okay? We are strict.
Yo,
Yeah.
speaking of our childhood, did you ever hear the rumor that Marilyn Manson can gark?
Yes,
Yes,
because he
totally.
removed his bottom ribs.
Yeah, his
On
bottom
purpose.
ribs,
On
and that's
purpose,
why
so he can
he's
suck
able
his
to
own
do it.
dick.
Yeah.
And then he got boob implants.
Is any of this true?
That can't be true.
No, he got
First
boob
of all,
implants.
breast augmentation.
Okay,
First of
I'm
all.
so sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm so insensitive.
He's watching, by the way.
I'm so. You know what? Wait. Okay. I think you know this story. My first concert ever was a Marilyn Manson
I know.
concert.
Damn.
It was glorious and magical, and it was really gross and scary because I'm pretty sure I was like 14, and he does this thing where he puts
Garks.
a little bit. Oh no! He puts he puts like a lot of water in his mouth and he spits on everybody. I got crowd surfed to the front row and he spit in my mouth,
Oh no!
and I was like, oh.
I'm never gonna wash this mouth again.
But then I was like, oh no, garking.
Just cut to like you in your house, straight up like drinking
Bleach.
Listerine,
Bleach at that point. Oh my
gargling
God.
bleach.
Ah,
Real gross.
Hold
Only
on.
gross.
I'm sorry. I have to look up Marilyn Manson boobs because I'm pretty sure he had boobs at one point.
I was
He did
always-
in that video, but I thought it was a suit.
it must have been, I thought it was a stunt. I don't
Yeah.
know. I remember being mad about Marilyn Manson
Oh, this
when
is
he was dating
NSFW.
Evan Rachel Wood. When he was dating Evan Rachel Wood, and I had like a big crush on her, like when I came out of high
Her
school.
name sounds
I
familiar.
forgot who she was. Is she a
She-
redhead?
She sometimes is redhead, sometimes is blonde. She
that
was,
crazy
her,
how
first, her
Everwood?
first movie was 13. Do you remember that movie 13? It was about
A
like
scary one?
it was like the 13. It was like the 13-year-old girl being led astray and like getting into drugs and sex and stuff.
Oh,
Sucks.
swim fan.
No, not Swim Fan. That's oh man, poor Julia Stiles. She has a weird cry face.
Oh my
She's
God.
like an incredible actress. But I love the Bourne movies, and in the Bourne Supremacy, there's a scene where she's just like crying and crying and crying, and I was just like blown away by this cry face that I can't quite describe.
Yeah.
It's like a dog, like with many folds.
Oh my
Oh,
God! Like a
interesting.
bulldog?
It's not me. That's not a commentary. She is a beautiful woman, but it's
She is
the-
a beautiful woman.
The
but
crying
the
face.
cry
though.
face is strange,
Yeah.
and I'm sure my cry face is real gross.
Who has an attractive cry? Who's like, oh man, you're so sexy when you're crying.
I
Is
don't.
there
James
anyone like that?
Vanderbeek.
James.
Oh, I just think we like it when he cries.
We're just mean enough to get enjoyment out of that.
How often do you guys cry? Like, can you
lot.
reliably cry?
I try to get in like 2 a day if I can.
I would love to be able to cry twice a day. Honestly.
Yeah.
Guys,
Sometimes
it
I
feels-
skirt off to the bathroom.
It feels so good. I love crying. I used to take a crying selfie daily until I just kind of couldn't one day, and it just got weird, and I was just like, I'm done. But it
You
feels
should make a
so
book of your
good.
crying selfies, and I guarantee at least 5 perverts will buy it.
5.
Yeah.
Why does it need to be a perverted thing? That's fascinating.
It's true.
What-
Well,
You
I'm
could
not,
buy that book and not
Mike, I'm not
masturbate
saying
to
that
it.
normal people wouldn't buy it, but I'm saying at least 5 perverts will buy it.
You know
You're right.
what?
That's my mistake. I thought you were
We
saying
had a
only
wonderful
5
discussion
people.
about fetishes over lunch.
We did.
Yeah.
You did this over lunch. Is that why the panty conversation just kind of
No.
flourished?
No,
here?
that was organic.
Oh.
No, it was. I was like, I don't remember how we got started, but we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about a friend of yours that you knew.
Who's a pervert?
Who
I thought
like
this was an off-the-record conversation.
anyway, basically when it came down to it, we were talking about like if you were on a first date and someone led with their fetish and like told you their fetish on the first date.
Depends on the
Somebody, I'm not
fetish.
going to say any names. It was my friend Tiffany Johnson. She lives on 345, and that's Bluebird Lane, Milford, Connecticut. She went on a
real.
date, and
Sounds too real.
it does, doesn't it? She went on
You didn't have to do this.
that's okay. She went on a real date, and what had happened was somebody asked if they could urinate on her day one.
Yeah.
And I simply said, maybe that's not a day one conversation.
It's not.
At
Yeah.
the very least, you said day 2. I think Bree said day 2, and then I think we all agreed with at the fastest that conversation could possibly happen is like you go on your date, you have a great time, and then you have one of those shitty 8-hour text message
Wait period?
conversations,
Yeah.
and where everything's safe and you're like many football fields away from each other. That's how they
Right,
still
it's
measure
like
distance.
the post date, like this was a good date. I want to keep talking to this person, but
Yeah,
I'm
when
kind
you
of
talk
wanna
for
scare
too
'em
long.
off.
yeah, and I'm
Okay.
kind of too much of a wimp to just flat out ask them out for another date and wait
Right.
for that.
That's when you talk about peeps.
Right. Are you talking about all kinds of peeps?
When you peep on somebody.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I thought you were talking about marshmallow.
No, not the candy.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like peeping.
Well, no,
on
but
people.
just my point.
We
My
all use
point
different
was
words.
like, and it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't lead with that, but also it's like if that was something that was so important to somebody, like that's a
Yes.
huge part of who they are, and they don't want to settle for somebody who won't accept them for what they want and need.
Okay.
It's a big deal to like find somebody who's like, you know what, I'm interested enough in you that even if I'm not comfortable with doing that yet, I'm cool with the fact that you like it, and I do want to see where this goes. Like, I think that, you know what, if I cared about you enough, I could go there. And I'm just like, what an incredible gift to give to somebody
Later
who
on?
Right, well, yeah, but like somebody who feels
Do you
like
want this one first?
somebody who feels like they will never, ever, ever be able to have the kind of love that they want. They will never be able to feel accepted. They will always feel like an outcast
Wait,
on
why?
some
Because
level.
they're weeding them out to begin in the beginning.
No, I'm
They're
just saying, like somebody, like I imagine if you had like a weird fetish, you'd think I will never be able to find a partner who I am attracted to, who I love,
Will
who
accept
loves
this.
me in return and accepts. This.
Okay.
Like so, I'm like, if you don't immediately get turned off by that, you're giving someone like that, I think, an incredible gift, like the gift of acceptance.
Interesting. I have a few opinions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as we do.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not saying that I'm infallible here. I'm just saying that
No.
it must be amazing for somebody like that.
I totally agree. So I took a really interesting sociology class in college called like sexuality and like society or something like that.
Same.
And really,
Yeah.
mine was great. Like I
Mine
enjoyed
was
it
gender
so
in the
much.
global perspective.
Close.
Close. Very
Close.
Not the same.
Not really, but
I did math once as well.
just once. And in this, we talked about fetishes and like what it means and like what like BDSM goers are like really, or like what their like daily lives are and like what it is to like have a fetish like that and like furries and whatnot. And it was actually really eye opening because it really is a huge part of their identity and it's completely misrepresented and like misunderstood. Which I mean, like if there's something that like goes viral or makes jokes out of it and like you're not there to kind of put a stop to it, it just kind of builds and becomes its own thing. So that's whatever. There's nothing you can do
And
about shit
then
like that.
with a lot of people, that's their first and only.
Experience or just knowledge of it, really.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And there, like I said, there's nothing you can do. So with that in mind, there's already kind of a negative like connotation bias behind it. So you're absolutely right in that you're almost like giving them a gift. But like I see it as you're kind of weeding out the herd in the beginning just by like putting it out there. Like
Yeah.
if you're not into this, we can't be cool. But and I think that makes sense as well. And that kind of plays to your scenario and how you feel about it. But doesn't it make a little bit more sense to like almost at least become friendly with them and like know them a little bit more, and then be like, maybe this is who I share this with, or like, is it just not worth investing in whatsoever because it's like that important of a like component in their lives?
That's
Like,
probably what you go out looking for. You know, if you go out and you meet people in a dating environment with the your objective being like, I'm going to go find people to have sex with because that's where my needs and desires are now. And the other person, if the other person's not looking for the same thing, I think that's a weird conversation to have right off the bat. Like person A is looking for maybe boyfriend girlfriend type situation. Maybe you're looking for a hookup situation. And this is all like hypothetical.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
putting
absolutely.
a lot of words in these hypothetical people's
Totally.
mouths. But I think that's where it doesn't even matter if it's about a fetish or if it's about like quote normal sex stuff or whatever. If you bring up sex with somebody too early in a conversation, you kind of blow the door down for a bunch of other possibilities. Maybe you're not looking for more friends or you know anything in between here and you know going 100 miles an hour. But it is a very, to your point, it is a very honest and very direct thing to do. And the sooner you could say honest and direct things, that's always great because people get hurt less when you know exactly what you're looking for, you know, as soon as you step foot into the conversation.
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't know.
I also think there's a you got to rev up.
No,
Right,
I completely
Little
agree with you.
warning.
You don't lead with that stuff, and you certainly don't want to make somebody uncomfortable.
You ever see a
Yeah.
plane take off?
Yeah.
You know how it taxis
Yeah,
first?
for a while, and then it starts.
It doesn't just
gaining speed.
levitate? Oh.
Right?
No.
no.
You're thinking of a helicopter.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Well, even that they got to wind
Yeah,
up the
they still have to-
blades.
You gotta
and
wind up if they go
all that-
slow
all
first.
That. But it's just, to me, I don't think you should necessarily lead with that stuff. I don't think that's going to get you very far. And yeah, it shuts off a lot of possibilities between two people.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you are somebody who is actively looking for like a life partner, like I am dating specifically to find my person, and I know
And
this
that
is
person has to
right. I
pee
know
on
that
you.
this is something that is. If you are a person who has a fetish and that fetish is important enough to you that for your continued happiness, if you were going to partner up with this person for the rest of your life, they would need to at least be cool with it, if not participate.
Yeah.
Then why waste either of your time beyond like a
That's-
few dates? Like
yeah,
once you've
that's what I was thinking.
gotten
Yeah,
to know
yeah,
the
yeah.
person well enough that you're like, I could see myself falling for this person if I'm going to really commit and really take up their time too. I don't want to waste their time.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to be straight up. And I feel like it takes a lot of guts to get to a place where you can be that honest with somebody.
Listen,
I agree.
Rebecca, we have had multiple fun outings. I remember
Yeah.
first night was mini golf.
Yeah, it was great.
You're so good at mini golf, and I told you that.
Come on.
I let you keep score because I trust you.
You totally let me keep some of those strokes off the pad.
Okay, I'm not going to touch the strokes comment, but absolutely. And then we went to that concert. We went to my friend's
a perv.
concert. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
And
Wrecking
then afterwards, Wrecking City was there.
Mm-hmm.
They opened up
They opened. It
for
was,
Sly Spitty Dogs.
mm-hmm.
And then we went mini golfing again because you're so good and you're so trustworthy.
I'm telling you, Mike, you got to stop letting me win.
Third date, acai bowls. You remember that?
Yeah, over at the Jamba
Then
on
you-
West Covina.
Then you came over and you helped me design my Squarespace site.
You know, that was a fun, intimate evening. And it only cost us $8 for the first month.
I got to tell you, I see a future with you.
Okay. I see a future with you too, Mike.
That, first of all, thanks.
Yeah.
And I need that future. I don't know. It's embarrassing.
No, come on, it's okay.
I need that future to be filled with you and me just peeing on each other back and forth a little bit. I'm not saying this month.
No,
even,
I understand that.
but I gotta say it because I don't want this to go further than it has to. I don't want to get hurt.
Can
I just want to pee on you.
Okay. Can I say a few things?
Of course.
First
Hey,
of,
hey. Of course. Of course you can.
first of all, Mike, that was not what I was expecting.
Did you expect maybe another mini golf situation?
I thought, yeah, considering that we've gone twice in the last week, we've seen each other a lot this week.
It's a bit much.
Yeah,
There's other stuff to do.
no, I figured that that's just something you need.
Well,
Look, maybe this is crazy, but it's not my thing and I don't understand why you like it, but
Here we go again.
no, Mike, I want to understand why.
Okay.
I want to understand why. I can't promise you anything, but frankly, this week has been magical, and
Do you like jokes?
I love jokes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Get in the shower. I'm going to pee on you.
And
my
scene.
God.
That's
Now,
how it goes.
now, Raina, do you understand what we're talking about?
Honestly, that was beautiful.
Little beautiful,
That
right?
was beautiful. Like I
That's
was
from
laughing.
the movie that we're writing.
Yeah,
Oh no!
yeah.
I was laughing.
A
But I was also
1,000 days of
crying.
rain.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
On
which,
Golden
you,
Shower.
you need to star in this
Oh
movie.
my god, no! please
Starring
no.
Raina.
Starring
Starring
Raina.
Raina. Yeah,
Am I the one that? Oh, I'm Rebecca.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
No,
do I want to pee
you're
on you?
Raina.
No, you're Raina.
Yeah, you're Rebecca's
you're
friend.
Raina. Yeah,
Oh, that's
You're the one who's
hilarious.
against it at
Yeah.
first, but then understands it later on.
Then I learn.
yeah.
And my world opens up,
Mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
does my pee hole.
Right.
Sure.
And it turns out that you always were into pony play. You just never knew it.
What does pony play, do you think?
Pony play is
Is that like Let's Play?
no, it is
Oh
not
my
like
god,
a let's
no, I'm
play.
scared. I'm scared.
No. So if you're too young, you've never seen this, but like in the 90s and early 2000s, HBO would air a show late
Real
at night
Sex.
called Real Sex.
There were 54 of them, and they only showed 5.
They would show like the same 5 over and over.
Original
And it
Real
was like-
Sex,
yeah.
Real Sex 29, Real Sex
I don't
53.
know. Yeah.
Oh my
so,
God.
So they would. It was like a documentary series where they would go and explore sexuality and like the things that people do.
Oh, no.
And like as a 13, 14-year-old, I would watch it because nudity, but it was all like real people, so no one was like attractive.
Yeah.
You know, it was just people. And one of the things that they went to a like pony play camp where the women stick like butt plugs with horsetails coming out of up their butt, and they put like a bit in their mouth and like put on like the blinders and like a bridle and a saddle like a horse, and then the men either ride them around or chase them around with them on reins, and sometimes they'll like lightly whip them, and they just love it. And they
Was there
pretend to
any-
be horses, and the men pretend to ride them, and it's a whole thing.
And they have a polo league, and they're all very athletic.
That's the big climax of the 3-day camp is they have a big polo match. Except the ball is not what you'd think it is.
For anyone who doesn't know Raina, I need to say, it doesn't matter if you know her or not. My favorite thing about you that I'm coming to learn as a person is that you are completely unable to control your reactions to things. And I think it's the most honest, beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I've never been able to.
But you're also
it's
one of the
always inappropriate.
You're also one of the filthiest people I know.
I
So
know.
when I tell you about something that you don't know about, it's
just-
that much more delightful.
It's just there. Honestly, horseplay has so many layers.
Pony
I'm
play.
so sorry. Pony play. I'm even saying it wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pony
Horseplay is when
It's
two
when
little kids,
you're just fucking around.
you fuck around in a pool. Or
Yeah, you're
on
just
stairs.
running around and splashing each other.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of horseplay at pony play.
Ah! Okay, wait. You already had me at. They have a butt plug that looks like a tail.
Yeah, there's like a horse tail coming
Because
out.
It gives
you
the
wanna be
illusion
a
of a tail.
horse. Yeah.
You want to be a horse.
Okay. So that's amazing. That's amazing. And then, so sometimes, wait, is it kind of like, can you be like a girl horse and like bang another girl horse?
You
Or
could.
I didn't see
There's
any
like a lot
banging.
of like nuzzling, you know,
Nuzzles.
like face nuzzling.
You could
Oh, so
Lady and
they're-
the Tramp a carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
But there's got to be boy horses too, right?
well, no. That's I know.
Stallions, they're called.
I don't
Why don't
remember.
the boys have?
No, they've got to also have horsetail butt plugs, and there's got to be like women who are the rider and the man who's the horse,
That sounds fun.
right?
That
Yeah.
sounds not
Because he could like
bad.
support your weight,
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Ride him like a horse.
Sure.
Literally.
or he could mount you like a horse,
Yeah.
you know,
Suppose.
with a substantially less dangerous instrument.
What is? Oh man! What if there was a situation where there was a girl on a horse, but the horse is a dude, and the dude looked up and he was like, "Hey man, I know this isn't
Wait, he spoke?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
well-
Oh, in his own
they
pony
probably
play.
can't.
He's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the
yeah.
bit
They
in his
have-
mouth.
yeah.
He can't.
It's a
speak.
part of the fantasy.
Okay, so let's just say they fuck that kind of fucks it.
Let's say they can speak telepathically.
Yeah, telepathic.
No, I don't like that. I need actual words.
All right, just do it. And
Maybe
do it as-
they're
maybe the bit falls
Maybe they're
out.
taking
The bit
a,
falls
yeah,
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They're taking
that's
a break.
great.
Yeah, bit falls out.
And then he looks at the rider and he's like, "Hey, I know we're not supposed to talk, but I think it'd be really cool if you also peed on me." But then the woman was like, "No, that's
That is
you're
not right.
disgusting.
You put the bit back in, you adjust the butt plug, and you shut up for the rest of eat your oats. Right? Sow your wild oats, eat your organic oats.
Oh man.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
These are all just stories. You know?
Yeah.
All just possibilities.
Oh my gosh, I want to know more about different sex worlds.
Really?
They sound so great.
What else do you remember?
That sounded sarcastic. They
from
actually
real
do sound
sex?
fun.
I remember sloshing. Remember
What's
that?
sloshing?
No,
What's
I remember that
sloshing?
from earlier in this episode. The word sloshy.
Yeah.
Oh, well then I might be getting confused, but this was they like sit in food and then they have sex in food. And they're just covered in food.
Like-
Wait,
Cake
it goes inside
farts?
though. I just recently saw cake farts
For the first time?
for the first time.
Oh, wow.
It's very, very wet.
Very wet.
What is that?
I don't know.
It gets in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of in there, what?
I
they
mean,
have sex-
it's. I think cake farts is like the next level of what I was talking about.
No,
This
no,
is just like
no.
you happen to have a cake and oops, let's have sex on it.
On it.
Yeah.
On
do
it.
do things. I'm so sorry. Do some things like slip in.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
you can imagine.
sanitary
Oh,
at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
It's for people who are like, you know what? If I get a yeast infection, worth it.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know if that's worth it.
It's probably not, but it's like I guess people who are on the cutting edge of sexual adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they choose to. They're like the Indiana Joneses of sex.
I don't like sticky things. Like I don't like sweet, like sticky, like fudge chocolate. Let's have
So
like
you couldn't have sex on top of a pile of barbecue.
At all, or as it at all, or as it involves like a sexual
as it
situation.
involves as a sexual. Like I can't mix food and sex. Like those are two completely
what-
different primal limbic
What
system
if
things.
what
Like,
if your fiance wanted to just have sex on top of like a big pile of pretzel rods?
oh my god, he would.
Dude, that would be worse than like beach sex.
It's the sand, those sand particles, man.
No
Like,
good.
No, that is no good.
No.
But pretzel salt, oh, that burns though, right? Like that'll burn.
Ooh, that,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can't
if
be
it just
good.
gets stuck there,
yeah,
oh.
salt in that,
That just
wound.
seems like I would rather have sex on a bed of sandpaper than a bunch of fucking pretzels. It's ridiculous.
I
To
would
be
do
fair,
it.
I don't want
I
to do
would
either
do
of
it.
those things.
Did
I
they
would do
have
it.
one of those chairs that was like the
such a
seat?
hero, dude.
The seat was covered in like in sharp nails.
What? Like an Iron Maiden?
Yeah, like so like when you sit
dungeon.
down, you see that because I spread out my whole weight, it's not that uncomfortable. They don't pierce
Oh.
me. And I'm like, what if he wanted to have sex on top of one of those?
A bed of pretzels. It's perfect.
Yeah, they're all perfectly matched with one another.
Yeah, yeah.
And
The
it's just
salt is
like
perfectly
no, but
placed.
you're on top of him, he's sitting. So it's like every time
So
you
I'm okay.
but every time you bounce down, they jab up into his entire bottom.
What if it goes into his butthole?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Like, there's no amount of clenching.
That's
that can
something
stop
that
the
you're going to
piercing.
have to talk to with your partner about his comfort.
that's a first date conversation.
That's
Yeah.
a first. That's. Oof.
Listen,
I don't know. I don't want to harm
I've been
him.
having a great time, and these tapas are top notch.
I'm the girl.
Tapas notch.
You don't have to do that every date. I want you to know that you don't have to do a play on word. I like you as you are.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know I try a little.
Everything
too hard.
else you say is funnier than that.
Look, Lisa. I know I try a little too hard, but I'm having an amazing time. And I could really see myself growing very close to you, and I need you to know that I will never be comfortable putting a nail up my butthole.
Okay, I think that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty safe.
It's just
to say
it's an
that that's-
issue that came up in my last relationship, and I just need to be sure that I'm heard.
Yeah, listen, Jake. This is me, Lisa, talking to you. Okay,
Yeah, Lisa.
Lisa Turtle.
Yeah, Lisa.
Look in my eyes, right now. Okay,
I'm looking. They're beautiful eyes.
I'm going to tell you with a fair amount of certainty that that would have never come up.
See,
Ever.
Here's the thing, Lisa. I want to believe you, but then out of nowhere, in my last relationship, 3 years, very happy, and then one day,
3 years.
one day, my girlfriend comes home and she's like, "Listen, I've discovered who I am." She did study abroad, and when she came back, she knew exactly what she wanted, and what she wanted was for me to stick sharp nails up my butthole.
Wait a minute. What was this girl's name?
Jessica Levine?
Okay, well, let's get her on speaker. You're Jessica Levine.
Oh, perfect.
No, what are you doing?
I know her number.
Give me back my phone.
I know her number's in your phone is what I meant to say.
Please give me back my phone.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jessica Ravine probably is what I thought I heard?
It's Levine, but this is she.
Levine, I'm sorry. I'm Jake's new girlfriend. And before you hang up, this isn't a weird thing. This is just a conversation.
Okay.
I know that you guys broke up 2 weeks ago, and you went out for 3 years, and it's probably still pretty fresh.
This is kind of weird.
As he explains it to me, he still has a lot of stuff at your apartment. I just had one sex question.
Okay, what?
Yeah, no, I know it's weird, but it's 2016, and people are to the point where they're asking, like, if you could pee on the other person and during the first date.
Oh my God, he let you pee?
No, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves here.
He didn't let me pee?
That's kind of where I'm going with this.
What is this?
He actually told me that you kind of sprung something on him, and now it's kind of a weird point of contention in our relationship.
Well, he didn't let me pee on him.
Anything else I should know? Maybe about nails?
Oh, that was the deal breaker.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That you wanted to do.
I finally found myself. It took a while, but I found myself, and I was so happy. And I wanted to share this experience with, at the time, the love of my life.
Uh-huh.
He would not consent.
Oh, interesting.
He would not consent. Did he explain it to you?
He said you wanted to put sharp nails in his butt.
Don't you want to do that?
I was really into just kind of having sex with him, and I was pretty happy with that.
Listen, you need to study abroad.
Just, hey,
You need to come with me.
Scene. And Jake is just losing his mind because this is the first
It's not
date,
even Jake,
and
it's
Jay, he's losing his mind because Lisa just said that it was she was his girlfriend when it was their first date, and now this shit's going on.
Everything is wrong.
Yeah, everything.
I'm his new girlfriend. Jake's in the
Everything
back.
is beautiful and
no,
nothing hurts.
Oh man,
my
a lot
God.
of important stuff.
Those
Yeah,
are
we're
such
doing
weird fetishes.
solid work today, gang.
Yeah.
We're breaking open taboos. We're busting myths. Discovery, you got to put us on the network. Obviously, we're very qualified.
What was
What a day
the
to do this.
and neither of you have to answer this question at all. I'm just making conversation. What was the weirdest, maybe the most unexpected sexual / hookup makeout thing?
That ever happened?
Yeah, that you like weren't ready for.
Oh.
Maybe you didn't hate it, you didn't love it. What that is kind of erroneous at this point. But like you were like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen at all. Is there anything like that? Also, you don't have to talk about this.
I want to so bad.
Kind
but I
of made
feel
a
bad.
pledge.
Like,
I did. I've told too many of these stories on these shows, so I'm gonna bow out of this one.
Oh, okay.
really?
Yeah.
I almost want to.
You almost want to do it?
No,
You
I
wanna
was gonna ask Mike, but fuck
We
it.
could talk about something completely
You
different. You
can
guys
text
ever play
him first.
racquetball? You
Yeah.
guys ever go swimming in a lake?
No, I want to talk about this.
Well, Mike, I'll tell you. I swam in a lake about 10 years ago.
We talking rope swing? What are we talking?
Ooh, no, we're talking about
Is it at sleepaway camp though?
kind of as a sleepaway camp.
You ever do weird sex shit to sleep with?
There's always a lake at sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
So
Island
There's always
Lake was the
houses
name of the
around the
sleepaway
lake.
there you
camp.
go. Camp
Yeah.
Mason had a lake.
Had a lake, but it's not in the name.
No,
This was
legitimate. I get it.
If you're at a sleepaway camp and there's no lake, I'd ask for the certificate of
Yeah.
authenticity for that camp.
Yeah, you're obviously
camp
not
list.
a real camp. There is no lake present. Yeah.
Wait, why did you ask that? Do you have a weird surprise
Yeah.
encounter?
What was the
Yeah, yeah.
surprise?
Tell us yours, and maybe I'll tell mine.
There was a lady once who we were doing things, and she slapped me across the face as hard as she possibly could.
Actually, as hard as she could.
As hard as she could.
Oh my god!
And I didn't expect it at all.
Did you go flying a little bit? Because like if it's unexpected, like your neck goes. a
No,
little
I
bit.
was laying down.
Oh my god! That's so mean.
Yeah.
I was it was like a UFC situation, and I was the loser.
Oh my, this way, open palm, cack.
Like that.
Nothing can prepare you.
And then
No.
what
No.
happened? How did you react?
I giggled a lot after that, which probably killed any kind of mood
But
that was happening.
what was happening to her?
She
She was
was,
just really into it.
yeah, she was being made love to at the time.
And she got all excited. And was it an accident or is this just like an
no,
accident? Oh, no. That
that
is
was very on purpose.
Deliberate.
I love it.
Like she
Yeah.
caught me stealing something right before it happened.
And she gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, now that you're there, whack.
Well,
That's
you were
amazing.
stealing home.
remember?
Oh, man. I wonder,
So great.
I want to talk about mine.
No, man,
Okay.
I'll be the only asshole. I don't want to
No.
make anyone uncomfortable
no,
or put
oh my
anyone
God, no,
in kind
this
of a
is so
place.
funny.
All
No,
right.
this is so funny. And Mike is so vanilla.
Also, he has permission to beat me up if he's upset.
he
about
would
it.
never do that.
I'm just giving
He's
him.
very
I'm
nice.
just-
He loves kittens and puppies.
all right.
So did Hitler.
Oh,
So does everyone.
so does everyone.
You know, Hitler drank lemonade.
Yeah.
Lemonade's
Welcome back
Lemonade's
to
evil.
fun. Welcome back to Fun Hitler Facts.
No!
Here on the SourceFed podcast. Did you know Hitler was a big fan of cute puppies and kitties?
Not
Okay,
kittens,
goodbye.
Kitties. Kitties.
Join us next time.
Yeah. Join us next time when we will explore his painting methods in the earlier part of his life. Goodbye. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
That's
Perfect.
exactly what it should be, yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Oh, god damn it.
There
Yeah,
you
Guten
go.
Tag is hello. I'm
Next
an
episode.
idiot.
Auf Wiedersehen. All right, so we were stupid drunk. It was great. And we were banging. That was great too. And then for some reason, and it can slip, it went into the wrong hole.
Oh,
But
no.
like, okay, yo, it hurts.
Like your belly button, you mean?
Yeah, it went right into my belly
Well,
button.
because it was like in process, so he was using full force that he would on your
Yeah.
vaginal opening
right,
on
but
your belly
instead,
button.
It went on my
Yeah.
belly button,
Yeah.
and it like went like in,
Deep.
right? and it burns. Like it doesn't just hurt; it burns.
Couple different sensations.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost like as though you put like a curling iron in your belly button, like that for a second, right?
Which, hey, don't do.
Don't
For
do
anyone who doesn't
that.
know.
Yeah, just in terms of
Just
safety.
In general, just don't put anything in your belly button.
True.
But this was with force, and I was so in pain and surprised that I scream cried, and he's so traumatized now. Like I traumatized him because
Well,
I
you
like,
never want to do
Yeah.
that accidentally.
the problem. Yeah, exactly. And he feels like he attacked me. But the thing is, I
He's
thought
just like, I'm a monster.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't control my own body. My poor future wife.
That's exactly what I think went through his head. But I just started laughing hysterically, kind of probably how you started giggling because
Yeah.
it wasn't. First of all, the moment
discomfort.
Yeah, but like it was fine. Like
Yeah.
it didn't hurt. Like a second later, and I was like, "Let's try that again." And I'm like, "That could have been fun." And he's like, "No, no,
no more bad. No more bad.
Nice kitty, soft kitty.
exactly." But it was a very fun experience and makes for a great story.
Dude, if you have to be able to like laugh and smile when you're in that type of
Totally,
situation.
yeah.
And like I'm talking about like the hookup situation in general.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best. And that's how you know you're so comfortable with people. And I've been with people where it's very much like not a cold situation, but like you could tell that laughter would be like unwelcomed. But that shouldn't be. You should be having fun. You should be cracking jokes.
Always.
Yeah, be serious when it's serious, and then don't take your sex that seriously because you
Yeah.
probably look ridiculous.
See, that world always kind of fascinates me because I've like literally been with Mike and only Mike, and so I'm kind of strange in that way. Like I've never dated. I
Yeah.
literally don't know what that's
It's
like.
for the best. You're not missing out on it.
Yeah, it's
Everyone says
horrible.
that. Everyone says that, but like I remember when I was like even younger and in high school, and like I had crushes, and it was a lot of fun to have crushes, and like you're kind of wondering if they like you or not. Like I like that. It's not nostalgia porn. It's just like I just remember that sensation, and I feel
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
replicated often among like my friends, like when they're dating and it's exciting and they finally found somebody that's cool among like all the assholes that they dated or whatever. It's like
Right.
it seems fun.
Yeah.
It
For a
can
bit.
be for a bit,
Yeah.
It depends on your experience, but just like, fuck, man, there's just so many. You go down so many wrong turns if you're not careful.
Wow.
It's kind of like a grass is always greener type situation.
True.
Yeah.
And it's kind of how I always tuned out whenever like the people who've been in relationships for a long time start talking about like, oh man, I miss this and I miss that, because you only remember
The
that
good part.
feeling.
Yeah.
All that good shit is so strong that's why people romanticize puppy love and like all that
But
shit.
it's
so
just
good.
empty and brief, and it's nothing.
It's mostly everything else that's
It's
bad.
mostly
Yeah.
anxiety and grief.
Yeah.
And like, why are they calling? Are they dating somebody else?
Right.
What did I do? And like, let me double check everything that I'm saying. Like, there's so much bullshit that you push out of your mind, and you're only like, yeah, I missed the pursuit and the puppy love stuff too. But
right.
that's
and like that moment, the first time you realize that they like you back, and it's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
That must be so much fun and thrilling. Like I remember being thrilled about like me and Mike.
Yeah.
And that was like probably like the best shit on earth.
Right, and that was
So-
20 years ago.
I know. I'm so old.
Stop it.
I know.
Everyone's young. We're all gonna
Raina,
live
you
forever.
look great. You
Thank
look like
you.
you're 41.
Thank you so much. I'm actually 43.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations.
No, I'm sorry. I have to set this straight. I do it so many times, and I try to put it in the comments, but Audrey always deletes them. I'm 27. Like I am 27. Please don't delete this. I'm 27. I was born in 1988. My birthday's in August. I'm 27. I'm
What do
good
people
now.
think?
It's going
you
to
are?
take so much work and effort because normally they don't have to go in and edit this podcast because we like do it 3 cameras
no.
live. They're going to go in.
No.
They're going to edit that out and they're going to wait the export time, even if this podcast is late.
Is that true?
To make sure that that does not get out there.
Can we get a confirmation from somebody?
What'd you say, Chris? Raina's mic cut out.
I'm dead inside. I'm 27. I'm 27. I'm 27. I'm 27. This is Raina Scully. I'm 27. 27. 1988.
For 10 more minutes.
Confessions of a 43-year-old Asian woman.
Oh man, I don't even know how it came about. I know it was Super Panic Frenzy. It was like some joke, and then I like played along with it, and then all the comments were like, "No way,
That's
dude!"
so cool that you still work with all these
man,
kids.
She's a cougar. She's a MILF.
No, and then a whole bunch of them were like, "You're older than my mom." I'm like,
You know what, guys? Let's stop picking on Raina. I think it's amazing that at 43, she's finally found someone who wants to marry her. It's taken her a
Finally.
long time. It's been a long road, but they're
Yeah.
doing it.
It's so cool that she comes into SourceFed every day with her old bones.
Yeah. She learned how to
old
Snapchat and
rickety-
how to Twitter. I mean, that took my mom forever.
wait, let's be real for a second. Snapchat was legitimately difficult for me to learn. Like, truly, the least
You know
intuitive
what?
shit on earth.
I'll back you up on that.
Yeah.
What
too.
the hell was
and
that?
I'm older than you are, and I also combined that with not fucking giving a shit for a long time.
What many of you don't know is that Mike Falzone is actually Abe Vigoda's twin brother.
Oh, rest in peace.
yeah,
Rest in power, Abe Vigoda. Where's Grandpa's nose? If you know where that is from, I'll be your friend.
It's not
Forever.
good. It's not good burger. I'll tell you that right now.
That's not the one other movie I've seen.
All
Abe,
right.
what were we talking about right before Abe Vigoda?
I don't even
Oh,
remember.
Snapchat. I
Snapchat.
couldn't figure out. I still, like, if you asked me to do it right now, I wouldn't be able to do it. How to delete people. Because I don't want to see
Oh, it's the most
everybody's-
complicated process.
Why is
ever.
that? Deleting people off any kind of social media, Facebook, Instagram.
Deleting
I don't
as in
have to.
unfollowing them
Unfollow.
or blocking them or
Same.
Okay,
That should be the easiest thing that you could do.
True.
That should be easier than signing on to whatever. You should have the
Yeah.
option to delete as many people as easily as possible all the time.
Yeah, that's why on everything else, it's just a button that's right there.
Yeah. I'll go one step further to say if you actively, and I've held this belief for a long time, I would love to know both of your opinions on it. If you are actively following someone you don't like on Instagram, you're a psychopath. I think that's the craziest thing you could possibly do is to follow someone that you don't like, because it's so much more than Twitter. It's like
Right.
you're getting the words, of course, the little sonnets or whatever they
And
why
all the
underneath,
images.
and all the
pictures.
images,
Yeah.
which
It's a real
really,
window into their life.
if you want to get to know somebody, I think Instagram is a great scroll through their Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Conversely, if you're following someone you actively have beef with or drama or just someone you don't like on Instagram, that's fucking out of control nuts.
Well, yeah, I agree with that because I don't do that.
Yeah.
There are some people that I'm like jealous of.
Uh-huh.
Like Victoria's Secret models. I follow like all 62 of them.
Sure.
Just cause.
Uh-huh.
But I think that's different because like I have like this weird like super admiration for their bodies and I just want to look at them because I'm creepy like that.
62 people.
They're all models.
A lot of
62 people
photographs.
with their own their own lives
Yeah.
who probably post on the regular.
A lot. Oh my God. Jasmine she post so many selfies, like literally 5
You
an
say
hour.
just Jasmine as if you're friends.
No, I mean, Elsa also posts a lot of them, but I enjoy them.
Don't get me
They
started.
don't have
on
last
Elsa.
names?
Elsa Hoska? I don't know. I don't know what their
Elsa
last
is
names are.
something German.
I was hanging
Jasmine
out with
Tookes?
Jasmine and Elsa the other day. Not in person.
Oh
on
my God, wait,
Instagram.
they're both Jasmine. They're both princess names.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh man,
Wait, are they not real names? Oh my God, my mind is blown right now.
probably it's like a Yeah,
I'm so sad
Is
right
I was
Cindy
gonna
now.
make a
Lacra?
connection, like a realistic porn name.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Well done.
is. Elsa hurts my soul that's a realistic
Right.
porn name. That's a sad one. I'm upset about that.
Yeah.
But
It's far more real than Bridge and Tunnel.
Which
or
I still like
Christophe
very much.
Chandelier.
Yeah.
Both of those are gold.
They're great. But see, I don't hate them. Like, it's a creepy admiration thing. I just want to look at their bodies and their faces and what they're wearing.
Yeah.
But here's my question. How do you delete people or unfriend people from Facebook where, like, you really don't want to be friends with them? And,
well,
like,
you
just kind of did it out of, like, etiquette or politics or
can unfollow people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like muting, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like
On
music.
Facebook?
On Twitter.
Yeah. But they can tell. It's not like it's blind. Like,
But also, if
Who
they
cares?
can tell, who gives a fuck?
yeah, because
Why
like,
are you
who's-
trying to salvage?
when's the last time you've actually visited someone's actual profile on Facebook?
Oh, I
On
never.
purpose.
Oh, here's the thing. I never go on Facebook because I hate it.
Yeah.
It changes too often. I'm way too old, and I can't figure it out. Like I just can't.
And
And
it's usually just sad shit.
it is like I don't need to know that. Also, some things are very cute and happy. Like a lot of my friends are like having babies and getting married, and
Yeah.
it's a very exciting time. But I want to help celebrate that and stuff. But like the other stuff is like real sad and
Yeah.
like dark and like unemployed.
It's like,
A lot of people post shit that they.
Shouldn't be sharing.
I don't know what the main thing is. Whether they shouldn't be sharing that, or whether I just know that I don't want to see it. So
Right.
that's when you know to unfollow
yeah.
somebody.
Hey guys, my grandpa just died and I'm out of work. And also, I just found out that I'm at risk for type 2 diabetes. # Motivation Monday.
Oh, man.
I legitimately think I read that somewhere.
I'm never searching that hashtag.
It's so sad.
One of the best things to do on Instagram is to search misspelled hashtags.
Like
and see
porn
what's
with
in them.
a
Like
dot
balloons?
on the O.
Yeah,
What is it?
right.
Porn with a dot on the
Yeah.
O.
Or like Gabby Dunn was here shooting a sketch a while back and she showed me # booked it, and it's all like people who like booked acting jobs.
Yeah.
So if you choose like book no D book it,
Yeah.
or like like superstar kids, or like talented kids with like missing a letter, like missing the other T. It's funny.
That's
I like
great.
that.
Tattoo with one T
that's
instead of
Oh,
two.
I gotta
Yeah,
check
real
that
good.
out. Yeah.
Or Tato. Yeah.
Tato.
Yeah.
Tato.
Tato then.
Tato.
Tato.
Anybody get toe sleeves?
What the fuck is
Tattoo
that?
toe sleeves?
That sounds funny.
Like something you would have on
Like a
your arm, but
tattoo
you'd have it in
sleeve,
your
but you have it
middle.
as like a toe sock.
Can you imagine?
No.
That would hurt a lot.
Oh my god, that hurts the most. My foot hurt the
Foot?
most.
Did you
for
get it on the
tattoos.
top, or where'd you get it?
On the ankle.
Oh,
There's
God,
like
that's
only
just a
skin
bone.
there.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
hurt. I have one behind my ear, and
Same.
it was fun. That one didn't hurt. I
Yeah.
could feel the needle like vibrating through my teeth.
Oh God.
It was like the whole time, and I thought that was kind of fun, and that didn't hurt. This hurt.
Yeah.
What is that? Just because it's only skin?
It's just tattooing your bone, essentially.
It
There's
really
not-
did. That's
it's like
kind of what
your
it felt like.
It's bouncing off your ligaments or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that's painful.
Dude,
It's
with the
nerves.
one behind my ear, all I remember thinking was, I can't move or else the gun's gonna go through my neck.
Oh
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, because they had to hold my ear back. I was like, if I move at all, the ear is gonna like slip back and go right into the needle, and then the needle's gonna go into my ear. That's what I was thinking the whole
You're
time.
gonna have your ear pierced 47,000 times.
Well, guys, we're running out of time.
You don't want to talk about when you got your belly button pierced?
Oh, what about when
a painful story. Look, all I'll say is they're absolutely right. You don't want to move when there is a sharp instrument near any part of your body.
Motivation Monday.
# Motivation Monday. That's where I got my second belly button.
No.
Okay, this episode of the SourceFed podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Once again, for only $8 a month, you can build an incredible and beautiful, easy-to-use website, portfolio, or online store. Go to squarespace.com/SourceFed and use the offer code SourceFed to get 10% off your first order. Buy a whole year and you get a free domain name. Isn't that fantastic? You can also go to MikeFalzone.com to get tickets for the incredible stand-up comedy tour that he and Elliot are going to be doing, and he's going to tell you more about that in a second. So Squarespace, it's an incredible company. You can make an incredible Squarespace website. Squarespace, you should.
You should.
Yeah.
You should go to MikeFalzone.com. It's powered by Squarespace. Okay, please buy a ticket to the tour. Again, it's going to be in the East Coast, New York State, New York City, Connecticut. That's pretty much does it for the East Coast leg of the tour. But all of our families have already RSVP'd no, so we gotta fill those rooms, you guys.
Yep.
Please.
Yep. Raina, anything you want to plug?
Not really. Nothing necessarily. Oh, I just did recently. Wow, that was all out of order. I recently just did an Anime 101 that I'm really proud of. It's on why One Punch Man is so popular. I got to talk about like anime actual production things, like frame rates and stuff, and that's really exciting to me. So if you could check that out on SourceFed Nerd, that would be fantastic.
Super. And you can check out my channel, youtube.com/Matt Lieberman. I just put out a video. Well, actually, I don't know when this podcast is going up. It might be going up next week. But I put out a video about what I think Daredevil needs to do in season 2 because I wasn't crazy about season 1. I'm excited to see what they do with it. We're doing a live stream event all day Saturday, March 19th for Daredevil season 2. Superhero Roundup guys. We're all going to be watching it. Yeah, that's really it.
That's great.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching or listening to the SourceFed podcast. Continue to go to iTunes, rate and review the show. If you're on YouTube, give it a like and maybe leave a comment down below. And why don't you tell us any weird tattoo stories or anything that
Weird
you know
fetishes.
about weird fetishes or garking or anything like that.
Or surprise butt sex.
Yeah.
How
Or
many belly
surprise
buttons do you have?
I only have one. He's the one that has 2.
I have 2.
Yeah,
He
we
has
call them
accidental
innies around the office.
Innies Lieberman. All right. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.
I don't know what that means, but it might be relevant in the story of model Slobodana Boba Tossit.
Also, they say, try to go to heaven, but he went the other way. So down, 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 down.